So you're in LA, so is it hot as balls there right now too?
I think it's hot as balls here. I was outside earlier this morning and I fled inside. I just turned off the AC, so I'm
You and
worried.
I, we're on like it's like the exact same page because I have like I'm in San Diego and I have wall AC units and like
Yeah.
they're so noisy, and so I just turn
Yeah.
them all off. So by the end of this, we're gonna look like this is gonna look like
Like when we end it, we're just gonna be like drenched in sweat.
it'll look like a wet T-shirt contest. You'll be like,
Exactly. And I unfortunately wore white, or fortunately, I guess, depending on
perfect. Whatever
what you're
gets
looking
the
for.
clicks. Whatever gets the clicks. Whatever gets the clicks. All right, so I'll just do a quick introduction. Cornelius Versa, Crystal Cowboy.
That's me.
I've been trying to do. Welcome. I'm so glad. Like sort of like I stumble on you through Instagram, and then
Yeah.
that's the way the world works. You see an image, you're like, beard, dude, singer. And then you're
Yeah.
like, God, please have also a good voice and not just be handsome. And you did!
Yay! I'm so glad I could achieve for you.
I know. I'm sorry. I need to apologize for myself ahead of time. I'm sort of
Why?
a dork, and I'm well
Oh my God,
coffeed.
Yeah, I'm caffeinating currently. I'm already over caffeinated, and I'm equally as much of a dork. So you don't have any need to be
Okay,
shameful
good.
in any way.
Perfect. Yeah. I was just listening to a lot of your music this morning, and I was watching I almost wanted to put on a button-up shirt because I feel like your music and your look is very stylized. I watched your live performance at pronounce the name.
It's a studio in Hollywood. It's called Faraha Sound.
Yeah, you look so slick and sleek and like
Thank you.
styled. So
Yeah.
I almost wanted to put up a button-on shirt, like not a T-shirt from Ross, like a button-up from Ross, but
Well,
I didn't do it.
It's funny you say that because I actually was wearing like a kind of like a button-down shirt, and I
Yeah.
was like, "No, you got to be more casual. Like, let them see the real you." So I ripped it
Yeah.
off. It's like right here in a pile.
Right. I didn't know
So-
if you were gonna pop on and you have like a cowboy hat with like crystals and like I'd only like see it or like Orville Peck. I'd only see
Yeah.
like a portion of your face or your ear.
I know. I would love to do just like all crystals covering my face all the time, but I think you got to be really careful when you have multiple gay cowboys covering their face. Orville's got that
Yeah.
on lockdown.
Yeah,
and I
that
don't want to
was-
step on his toes.
I mentally bookmarked my mind like of not bringing up Orville. I only
Yeah.
only for the purpose of country is sort of popular right now, and
Yeah.
Orville's like the man right now, and
is
so I
the
don't
man.
and I don't like to compare voices, and you know what I mean. So it's one
Yeah.
of my worst qualities. But like, so I was trying not to bring up his name because like you are clearly your identity. You have an amazing
Thank you.
voice and your
Thank
own
you.
story and you're your own person. But like yeah, there's similarities as far as just like
I mean,
styles
yeah.
of music because I feel like he's sort of more classic and like voice, and like your voice is super classic and timeless to me as well.
Thank you. I mean, that's a high compliment and a high praise. I definitely appreciate it. Yeah, I think I definitely owe a lot of my inspiration to Orville Peck simply by the fact that he's a gay cowboy, right? Like I started in this industry when I was about 15 years old, and I was closeted. I wasn't out yet. And when I came out, when I was 18, I kind of started to see opportunities disappear. I felt a little isolated in my small town of Michigan. And I ended up going to school and studying classical music because I thought, well, if I can get on the stage, I can be flamboyant and I can be, anything I want.
Right.
And really what ended up happening is I got that degree in opera and I just felt like a poser. Like I was like, I should be singing country. I should be singing pop music.
Because opera wasn't your like passion, or just
Yeah, I think it's not that it wasn't my passion per se, right? Like I pursued it for many years, but it just didn't like scratch that itch inside of me, which was kind of that like the artistry of music, and that freedom to kind of create and write your own songs. So when Orville popped onto the scene in 2019, it was definitely this kind of like almost like wrist slap to me of like, wait, like, whoa,
Look.
what? Like,
yeah.
this is it is not 2005. Like it is like a different time.
Yeah.
So So yeah,
he popped onto the scene, and like he reminds you of back in like I'm slightly older, and like I remember back in my day there was like very individual artists like Cyndi Lauper and Prince and Michael Jackson. And
totally.
Like, nowadays I feel like there's a lot of carbon copies of other singers and stuff. But when he popped up, just imagine him like a Jack in the Box,
like,
and all of a sudden he's like, "Pop, I'm a gay cowboy," and my face is just masked, but I'm like, dude, I can tell you're cute under there. But
you can see through the fringe. You can see that.
I'm like, I see that jawline. Who are you fooling? But and then like, and I also go back to he had an incredible voice. Like I've often in the last years of interviewing people, I've always talked about like image versus like talent, and like versus like just being gorgeous but having no talent. You know, you live in LA, and so you probably have to deal with just image, selling yourself to the world.
That's the hardest part of being a performer in any industry, is like the self-promotion and the selling yourself. Because I think in a weird way, even though we project, and I'm speaking generalized for everyone, so it's really just my opinion, but I think I project a lot of confidence on stage and in my art, but at the end of the day, I'm still just kind of a shy, insecure person. So like, you know, it's a battle. It's a battle to wake up every day and kind of like put your shoes on and go out and be like, look at me, like doing this thing. Like, don't you think it's cool?
See, this is my whole thing with the entertainment business. Or you could just post a shirtless picture like this.
Totally,
get all the likes and the new fans, and they're like, "Hey, this is something I talk about almost everything." Or you could listen to my new song. It's just sort of like that, like
this photo, or
it's like getting yourself image and trying to get people's attention. I mean, my brain works the way a lot of people else's brain do when you're scrolling through like the Instagram or the Facebook. Like I go, like I'm scrolling, then I'm like he's hot, and then a lot of times like, oh, he's hot, and that's it. That's where it ends. But and then then there's other people, I keep referring to you because we're talking, but then you're like, whoa, he's hot, and then you go to the profile and oh wow, he's got stuff going on too, which is cool. It's just refreshing because a lot of people I think are heavy on the gimmick and low on talent. Those are my opinions. I'll
totally.
Put on the screen. These are the opinions of the host.
These are the opinions. Exactly. All opinions shared.
Did you find it like more difficult, like being like a out gay performer? There's more pressures on body. Appearance, how you sell yourself, how I don't know, how do you put your skit out there?
Yeah, no, it's a great question. I was just thinking about it actually earlier today, kind of knowing we'd talk. And the interesting thing is, for me, being out and gay and a singer comes down to a lot of my own fears, like the struggle. I mean, it's like when I was just pitching a song to a blog the other day, it was like struggling to write the words. Like the song, The Velvet Blues, my song, it's literally about like coming to terms with my sexuality, right? Like being closeted and finding hope in kind of being out. And I'm like pitching to this blog, and I'm trying to write kind of like the gist of what the song is about. And I'm keep writing like as a closeted queer man, and I'm like as a man questioning, like that's where my struggle comes in, where I'm just like, I still have that, image of like being in high school and having like a bully throw a Coke bottle at me because I was rumored to be gay. And so admitting it and putting it into writing is still kind of this personal battle. So like for me, it's less like, I mean, I still have the veins, image problems that I think are rampant in the gay community, where I'm like, oh, I should be thinner, I should be more muscular. But pitching, like talking about myself and admitting out loud that I'm gay, even though I've been with the same partner for 15 years. Yeah. Like, it's like, I've been married for 6 years to a man, and I'm still like, as a queer singer.
Yeah, like, it's so funny because I'm so there too. Even when I want to like promote people and I'm making titles for blogs, my blog I used to be much more active, and like Accidental Bear was the name of the blog, and it used to be much more of a thing. And I don't consider myself a bear, which is funny, and like it's hence.
I thought that was the accidental part. Yeah,
it's sort of it. I mean, and it's another one of those things I'm so tired of talking about. It's just like it was a name, and now I don't want to change it. Like I grew older, and like this is the body I grew into. But also like when I'm writing titles for posts. Like when so-and-so has a new, like Cornelius Versa has a new song out, I'm always like, queer artists. Oh, no. Out artists. openly gay artists, and like
Yeah.
I want to leave that out completely. And then when I put it in there, people call me out. The other day I put like there's an openly queer artist. There's another singer, Chris Hausman. God, am I saying his name? He's sort of on the ups and ups right now.
Ups and ups,
like,
yeah.
And then someone was like, "Can we please get over having to identify their sexuality?" But I'm like,
Yeah.
that's also like a hashtag. Like, hey, so it's sort of I stumble on that too. Like every title I write is like
hashtag gay.
openly. Like I just put the word hunk in it, and like it gets everybody's attention too. So it's these like tag words. But like, it's sort of. I hope there's a point where you don't have to like sort of like preference yourself as like out or gay or openly gay or like I suck dick country artist.
Literally, like that's gonna be my bumper sticker.
I took buy my album. Hashtag here's my Venmo.
Hashtag, here's my Venmo. Hashtag send me money.
Yeah.
That's the struggle. Is like it's it's
Also,
weird.
if
It's
your
like such a
target-
weird topic.
Yeah, it's also what's your target? Because of course, like you want to target as many people as sort of possible, but then like you target the gays first because that's like our community. Or
Totally.
So it's weird. It's like targeting, but then like you don't want to like sell yourself short because you make music, not music just for queer ears.
Yeah, and
Queer
I
ears.
think like when I was first starting to kind of write music, I tried to keep things as like gender neutral as possible.
Right.
And it wasn't because of any shame of being gay. It was just more so like I don't necessarily want someone to listen to this and stop because of politics or because of something they don't agree with. It's like
they're like, wait,
is the song
he's singing
objectively
about
good?
Yeah, he's singing about love to a male or a him or a well that alone could just
That's
say
true.
Gross.
And I mean, I guess, and on the flip side of that sentiment, if I could have like 20 people listen to a song and like it, like that's enough. Like, like it's not necessarily like I don't need, I mean, I'd love millions of streams, but like it really is just more so for me. It's like a place of healing and a place of creativity that has given me so much joy over the last year that I don't want to stop anytime soon.
That makes sense. So if you were to give like my husband always rags on me because the people when I was doing more blog stuff and like media stuff, internet, he always wanted me to work on my elevator pitch because people would ask me like what I do, and I was like I stumbled and tripped and back salted and drowned and I was just like I've so many times been right my husband to like my right or left and someone said, oh, what do you do? And this was when my blog was my full-time thing, and he just was like, dude, you need to work on your elevator pitch, just because I just was like confusing and I didn't have a good one. So like do you have an elevator pitch of like how would you describe yourself to someone who's never heard you, or like if like you went into like a producer's office and he's like, who are you?
This is my worst nightmare because I'm still figuring it out. I mean, every time I go to, you go to parties in LA and everyone's talking business, everyone's talking shop, and you kind of have to have like not just an elevator pitch, like 120 character pitch, like one sentence. It needs to be quick,
because otherwise
it needs to be fast.
Oh wait, there's someone from RuPaul's Drag Race. See you later.
Yeah. Literally, or it's
You're
like
a singer.
You start talking
cute.
and they're like, oh yeah, and they walk away. So I've tried so many different things, and I pretty much will just lead with like I'll say just like I'm a recording artist. I sing country music and kind of see where that goes. Like that. I know that sounds so boring and like it doesn't seem like it would like catch someone's attention, but it's like, okay, what is my career? Recording artist. Okay, what is my genre? Country music. And then if they ask more questions, I'll get into more like, what do I look like? What do I sound like? Who are some contemporaries? And I mean, bless his heart, because I hope he doesn't think I'm like stepping on his coattails, but I do use Orville Peck as an example a lot. Sure. Because I think like it is the most common point of reference of like a singer in country that still kind of has that flamboyancy and that kind of like, Glenn Campbell's Rhinestone Cowboy, which I think even he just covered with TJ Osborne and Fancy Hagood.
And he's respected for his voice. Like,
yes.
It's
It's
not just the gimmick. I keep going back to that because I used to promote a lot of sort of artists, and like they were just all gimmick. And I'm not bashing anybody particularly. Like they toured and they did great for clubs, but like they were just this gimmick. But like Orville, despite you like
He's got
him or
the
not,
talent
I
to
feel
back
like
it up.
I feel like he's well respected, and so he should be.
Yeah. Oh, so much
Right.
respect, and he put in his time touring and on the road.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like a seasoned musician.
Yeah. I like hearing
And
about his old punk days because I listen to most like rock and roll or punk or hard music. And
I haven't heard it.
Yeah.
I've heard of it, but I haven't heard any of the days.
I don't know if I've actually heard it. I've heard him speak of it.
Okay, I guess maybe
but
that's what I'm thinking of. I thought you had some secret audio.
No, I want to dig in. I know people dig into it and like the internet's forever. I know people have found nude photos of Orville. Anyways, moving on. But I'm just saying that just as far as like the internet's forever and like what you put out there.
Yeah.
I think it was
weird.
part of in Butt magazine. But that's I'm just setting breadcrumbs
You
for
just
the
said breadcrumbs for anyone listening.
yeah Butt
closely.
magazine, early Orville Peck.
Oh no.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, the internet is no, you don't have to apologize. I just don't want me to be outing his nude photos.
No, that's all me. No,
I've never heard of them, so I don't know
It's
what
just the
you're
internet.
talking
It's
about.
just how the freaking world works.
Yeah.
It's sadly you like get on that horse, cowboy, and you buckle up,
just ride.
saddle up, and you just
Yeah.
wee-haw. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, going back to country music after really over at least a decade, like 15 years away from it, it was kind of like getting to be a kid again, and that's really what my whole kind of artist project has been since coming back to like doing music as a solo artist. It's just been like to have fun and to try
Right.
new things, and like Orville Peck's an inspiration, but so is kind of the old music of like
Right.
Elvis, Dwayne Eddy, Johnny
That's my
Cash.
question.
I'm
so
yeah.
what's the word I'm looking for? I'm so prepared. I was
So prepared. You have notes.
inspirations musically or other. And like musical
Yeah.
inspirations, like even on your live concert that I watched on YouTube this morning, you covered songs by people. I think the inspirations to you as an artist.
Yeah. So when I was younger, there was a lot of
How
country
old are you
music
right
in my
now?
life.
You have
I'm
very
35.
youthful skin. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay,
That's
35,
That's all
okay.
halo laser surfacing peel.
Well done.
I really loved country music as a kid. We listened to a lot of the Chicks, Garth Brooks. My grandpa, who I spent a lot of summers with up north, he was really big into Dwayne Eddy. He was really big into Johnny Cash and Elvis. So I just had a lot of different influences from kind of that whole genre.
Sure.
And as I was entering into the 90s as like a kid in elementary school, it was kind of like the pop divas were all the rage, So it was like this tension between kind of the music I listened to with my family and then the music that was popular at the time. When I came back to do this live show, right, it was kind of like, how do I get back into music? How do I take one big step forward and say, I'm a recording artist who sings country music. Like, how do I do that? I put together this live show, and the inspiration behind that was pulling songs from my life and from artists from my life that gave me a lot of inspiration and hope, and kind of reimagining them in my own Cornelius way. In this instance, a little bit more pulled back, a little more of a country voice, and just having some fun and kind of seeing where the night went. And yeah, it was really cathartic. I mean, it was really, really fun.
It was beautifully done. Like it looked
Thank you.
very. I just imagine. I don't know the location. Like besides the the name of it, but it looked like it could have been like this like beautiful like winery and like just.
Yeah, it was
it
on
very tasteful.
Hollywood Boulevard. It was
oddly enough very tasteful. Like
Thank
for
you.
lack of better words. Yeah.
Yeah, and what's funny is, I mean, you can hear it a couple times in the actual audio, but like you can hear like a motorcycle go by, you can hear a car honk, and it's because we were right at Hollywood and Highland.
Okay.
In Hollywood, and I mean, it's essentially like the deck on the front of the studio, and everyone had like their silent disco headphones.
Yeah,
and,
I
like,
saw
direct
that in there. I
feed.
didn't know if they were all like sort of like producers or somehow in the production
Friends.
of the show because I saw the headphones on everybody.
No, yeah, it was an audience of about 30 people. It was friends, family, anyone who was within arm's reach that could come. And the reason we had to do that is because technically they're not allowed to have like live music out there.
Oh right, it's like is it like a neighborhood like?
Yeah, it's the neighborhood. I mean, it's like in the heart of Hollywood.
Okay.
And so all the musicians had monitors, in-ears, and direct feed. and then we had, you know, sound running that. All the camera people had little headphones on.
Yeah.
And it was a cool experience because if you had the headphones on, it was like this Foley. It's what you hear on the album. Like we really didn't sweeten it up anything like in any way at all. And so you heard this like you heard what you hear on the album.
Well,
and then you took it off. And it was like it was like no audio.
I feel like you do have that voice, like I hear people say, like on those shows, like Voice and American Idol, like a radio-ready voice. I mean, your live performances, I thought sounded really, it's beautiful. It really was. I wrote the words down, moving, because I saw it.
Thank you.
Even during that recording, another thing I wrote down, which was like something that hit my heart, was like when you were talking about your partner, and you said now husband, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just when you sort of were talking about your career and how you were doing other things, then all of a sudden you asked, "Hey, can I quit my job to sing?" And you were sort of like thanking him for that, and that sort of hit home hard with me too, because I've had a sort of a gypsy life, and every 7 years I recreated myself.
Yeah.
Like when I tell people my like chronological timeline of like what I've done in my life, they're like, "How are you not 80?" Because like I was born in upstate New York. I lived in San Francisco for like 15 years. I lived in Hawaii for about 8 years. I was in Juneau, Alaska. Then I was in New Orleans, and then I was a massage therapist, and then you know, I ran the blog, and full circle to now. And as far as like being supported by your partner, about 8 years ago, I decided I don't want to do what I'm doing right now anymore, with the blog being my main sole purpose of life. And I started interning for wildlife animal sanctuaries. And today I'm a zookeeper. I work at actually I'm going to not say the name, but I work at a facility here in San Diego.
Okay.
Yeah, and I've been now a zookeeper, wildlife care specialist, and I take care of like lions, tigers, gorillas, rhinos, and elephants. And I bring that up because about 8 years ago, I told my husband, I'm like, "Hey, I am 45, and I'm about to start this brand new path at 45.
Yeah.
And I'm going to need some support, because how I got my foot in the door was doing unpaid internships and apprenticeships. And it took about 6 years of him being the household income, supporting me to get to where I am today. And today, thankfully, I'm fully employed and doing what I was been working on doing for years. And so when you mentioned that you had the support of your husband, sort of saying, "I got you, go do this. This is what you're made for." I did sort of like I really felt it, you know, having support like that. And not everybody has that support, financial support, or lover, partner, husband support. So
yeah, I mean, as I said in that night, you know, I really am blessed that he was kind of there to kind of help, kind of not just say, "Yes, let's do this," but also just kind of like pull me up from the ground, proverbially, like to say, but like kind of like pull me up and help me take a first step forward. And I mean, that first step was really that show, right? Like, because I mean, not more than a few months before that, like I was still a consultant. Like I was still working in tech. I was still a project manager. And, you know, it was hard.
It's really putting yourself out there.
Because it's not what I wanted to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's also like so frightening, I'm sure too. Like I'm just thinking like the referencing, like if you're a waiter or a chef and you make this delicious plate of food, and which is like you put your heart and soul into it, and you put it on the table in front of people, and they're like, "Do you like it?"
Yeah.
Like the music, like here's yourself. I mean, it's such a weird reference. But like, I mean, there's yourself, and you're putting yourself on stage, and you're like, "I hope you like it. Does it taste good? Do you want to send it back to the kitchen?"
Yeah, and that's,
do you like me?
Do you like me? Like, do you like me? That's kind of the insecurity that I have of like, it was I hadn't sung in public in so long, and most of my friends, I mean, I'd always called myself a singer, but I was not actively a singer. And so I think, you know, to take songs that I probably shouldn't have been covering. I mean, like, no one should really cover Vision of Love by Mariah Carey. And I knew that in my heart.
Stretching your vocals.
Like I knew that people would be like, why would he ruin a good thing? But at the same time, I was like, I just have to explore this and like see what happens. And yeah, like I got positive feedback. I got feedback, and I got, you know, feedback that was just kind of like, "Oh, I didn't really like it." I'm like, well, you know, cool. A month ago you had nothing to like or dislike, so success. You know, like
thank you for
sharing. Put something out. Thank you for sharing. Appreciate all feedback. Yeah, we love 360 feedback here, the good and the bad. Yeah, I mean, for me, it's kind of like I would rather do something and someone hate it than not do anything at all. And that's definitely like my driving force every day is like, I'm doing it for me. And obviously it's nice when people relate to it and it's nice when people like it.
It's like a little icing on the cake if like you put it out there and you're happy and you're proud of it. And then if you do get some like positive praise, I mean, it's not like the exact reason why you did it. It's nice to be like, okay, you see me, maybe they see you.
Yeah,
and,
I see you. Yeah, I definitely think that that's true. It's the icing on the cake. It's like the gold star to like good job. But if I don't get that, it's not the end.
Are you doing any like local gigging in LA? Like it's such a different thing. Do you hit like the music venues or do you hit the gay clubs? Are you like at the Eagle? You know,
Making paella.
Well, some of the performance I promoted earlier, and I don't want them to accidentally see this and like think that I'm bagging on them, but they were like some of the artists that are promoting before were more like club acts. You know what I mean? They're sort of like there's like go-go dancers, and like next we have so and so. He's gonna get up on stage. But then there's also like the music venues. So I was just curious if like gigging in LA is easy, or is that something you want to do more of? Do you want to travel? Do you want to tour?
Yeah, all of the above. I mean, I'm probably not a club act. I don't think I'm energetic enough.
That makes sense. I mean, you need to know yourself.
Yeah, like I don't know if I could keep the attention of the club gaze as much as I would love to. I would love to sing. Like Vincent is an incredible inspiration as a singer, and the way he can just get up on the stage and really pop out a banger is like.
You need more like a piano bar.
I need a piano bar. I need like a cozy, like, you know, little kind of like 50-seat theater, 100-seat theater. You know, I don't want to get crazy, but I'd love to do a stadium tour. You know, like I'd love to have that. But I think for now, like I'd love to do more local gigs. I'd love to just get out there in the world because that's where I'm happiest. I'm happiest on stage actually performing. I'm not as happy doing the behind-the-scenes stuff.
Getting this all going again, right? Because when was that live video that you put out? That was just
so we filmed it in May of 2023, and I put it out August 2023. Right.
So that's
so. I mean, it's
getting the ball rolling,
and that was all covers. And then, you know,
I love covers.
I do love covers.
I want to.
I really do.
I want you to do more Johnny Cash. I want you to do like either
I would
walk the line.
I think that'd be fun. Yeah,
or, you know what'd be so good? Has anybody ever even put out a cover of like "Boy Named Sue"? I know that's more of like an upbeat song, but like "Boy Named Sue" would be. I feel like someone really needs to remake that "Boy Named Sue." Just Johnny Cash is like, oh, he's part of my soul. I had a whole like big rockabilly phase, and he was part of like not rockabilly, but like I did straight Cash, Johnny Cash, Elvis, that whole vibe. Reverend Horton Heat. I don't know. Before your time.
I mean, that was. No, I mean, rockabilly is kind of what brought me back to country music because so when I was a kid, I was obsessed with LeAnn Rimes personally.
Oh, yeah.
And loved her, had to have every album, thought she was the greatest thing ever, still do. But I was obsessed with the song Blue. And when I was putting together the set list for that live show, I was like, oh, I really need to do a LeAnn Rimes songs. I need to do like a Blue. And I rediscovered kind of one of the original versions from like 1958. Oh, sure. And that is kind of directly what went into my cover of Blue. It was like a rockabilly vintage country yodeler, Kenny Roberts, and he did it.
I don't know the name, but I get it.
I don't know if I think he's kind of an obscure reference, but I found the like 45 and it was on YouTube, and I was like I'm gonna
so that's
do
where
this.
it came from. Yeah,
that's where that came from. Yeah,
that's
and then
awesome.
everything else kind of fell into place.
I thought Blue, when I first saw Blue, I thought of Blue Velvet. And what's that song in Blue Velvet? Was it Patsy Cline? Oh, I don't know. I'm having a brain fart.
Elvis? Blue Velvet. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good trivia question.
That's when I first saw Blue. I was like, but Blue Velvet for sure from just the movie was so good.
Yeah.
All right, so you have a show coming up on August 15th in Los Angeles, California.
I do have a show coming up. Woo!
I think I'm off from work Thursdays and Fridays, and I believe that's a Thursday night.
It is. So, it's a Thursday night.
I have commitment issues, but I'm really seriously possibly, maybe, if
Possibly,
I'm not too
maybe
tired,
going to, yeah, of
thinking
course.
that I might, if I can find a cat sitter, drive up to that show next week. So I want to hear
I would love that because
more
I
about
mean,
that show.
Yeah, so it's for this booking company called Breaking Sound. They do a lot of kind of like new artist showcases. So I think it's me and like 2 other artists that night. And yeah, I mean, we're just going to have some fun. It's going to be mostly original songs, and it's going to be 30 minutes of music, me with my band, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm very excited.
Oh, you have
because
like a
it's
band.
been a
Do
few
you
months.
I'm sorry. Did you always perform with a band, or are you just sometimes just you up there on stage? Like
I have trust issues, so when I find people I like to work with, I love to work with them. Like I love collaborating, don't get me wrong, but I love working with these folks. Like they were with me for my live show. I think it's all actually the same people. Jade Fink is my bassist. She was there for my live show. Sawyer Ikeda's doing guitar. Carson Dent's on drums, and then my musical director Alex BH will be there as well playing piano. So
oh, nice.
It'll be a fun
keep those
crew.
people close and bring them with you. Yeah,
Absolutely. I mean, they're so much fun. They already know the music too, so like it helps because it just I mean it like falls into a click way quicker.
right.
So
Where can people find information for that show? Is it through your Instagram, through your?
Yeah,
I was
through
trying
my
to find
Instagram.
out. I was trying to find out more
Yeah.
information about you online earlier. I was just trying to like just investigate like small
enigma.
child born in just as far as like where you were born and grew up and
Yeah.
everything. Like, and I really didn't think I could find anything. I even found
Yeah.
like an IMP. Wait, IPM. What's your actor page? There's like an actor
Oh,
page for you.
IMDb, yeah.
But there's
Yeah.
there's nothing there. And I was like, how is this
nothing
guy?
there.
How are you a mystery? Because I just wanted to feel like facts. Like he was born in
Yeah.
a small farm town. He
Yeah,
grew up
literally.
husking corn for Aunt Jane.
in pretty much. I mean, I grew up in the suburbs of Detroit, so it's not like a small farm town. There were a lot of farms, but I just kind of grew up in the suburbs. But we spent the majority of our time, like I was there for the school year, and then in the summer we were like out in the country. So like my family, my nana and papa, they lived out in the country, and we'd go out there, and yeah, you buy corn on the side of the road, and
Right.
you like shuck it. But,
Yeah.
yeah.
You suck at fun. So pivoting completely, I have no segue.
I love it.
Have you
I'll
watched
take a
any
sip
of
of
the
my coffee.
Olympics this year? Have you watched the Olympics?
I saw a couple things. I saw the pole vaulter. The French pole vaulter whose pole ruined the pole. No, I caught a couple things for gymnastics. I really like Simone Biles.
Oh, yeah.
Saw her take some medals. And I will say, so I have a friend, Daria, whose sister was on the American female rugby team.
Oh,
so I did
awesome.
watch that and saw her take bronze, which was actually very, very cool. But no, not really.
Yeah,
I missed
honestly,
it.
I think most gays either like unless they're like more into sports, whatever. It's just all this good, not safe for work content coming out from like the French
Yeah.
pole vaulter, also the French diver who like
Yes.
was the funniest
Very
headlines
interesting.
ever. Like people are not sure where to put their eyes on this diver, Jules something. So the French
yeah.
are the French are
Something,
packing heat this
backstory
year.
stuff.
I don't know, and like I want some clicks today. I want someone to think they like me. I'm gonna post this video of the pole vaulter where his baguette ruins his chance for gold.
Ruined his chances.
That was just my. That's just
that
my
was like
current affairs.
so sad. Yeah,
I know. And the
I know.
poor
I wish
thing-
I had watched more, but yeah,
I've
Yeah,
tried,
he
but
seemed.
it's kind.
It's a lot.
Yeah, poor guy. I just hope he's mentally doing well. Because like
I feel like
literally,
he's
that's
okay.
funny, and like he's getting
Yeah.
huge like offers from like porn companies trying to get him to like give him $250,000.
I saw that.
And
I saw that.
OnlyFans, and you know, it is a sort of a funny time in general because a lot of like, I just pay attention to trashy news, and there's a lot of athletes this year like who
Yeah.
are sort of using their OnlyFans to sort of like pay for their Olympic experience and like I
Wait,
don't
there
think that's-
are or there aren't?
there are there's like a
There
rower
are.
there's a here I'm going to use the thing there's an out gay rower who has an OnlyFans account. And he said he's used that to sort of make his Olympic dreams come true. Laughlin or something.
Sports, like kudos to them because sports are expensive. Like if you don't have a sponsor or if you don't have like,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I dabbled in figure skating growing up.
Oh, I thought you were going to
And-
say I dabbled in OnlyFans. You want to see my
No,
feet? Want to see my feet?
I mean, I would do feet pics because at least it's like less like, I don't know. just
Right,
sell
it's like-
those on the side. Like it's not
Yeah,
it's not
they're
going to
not-
come back.
They're not attached to your
later.
face. That's why, like, when the internet's first coming out, I remember friends give me advice like, never post a picture of your penis, whole body, and your face. Make sure there's a penis face and a face. They're separate. And I'm like,
Yeah,
okay.
like an emoji.
I'm like, writing it down. Okay.
Yeah, taking notes. Little did we know how permanent the internet would become.
Yeah,
and not only
it's
that,
just-
but like DMs, text messages, like everything is like admissible in court these days.
Well, yeah, because
so,
they're used for like receipts. Like if you need,
Yeah.
they need to like call out somebody like that. That's why I'm
Yeah.
sort of sad about certain things. I had a YouTube channel that had hundreds of videos. 'Cause I used to do like queer clothing company like promos and.
Oh, yeah.
I had it for a long time. I did these bathtub interviews where I interviewed all sorts of like artists and singers and porn
the
stars.
bathtub?
In the bathtub. Fill up the bathtub in San Francisco, a huge cloth of bathtub bubbles. That's what I was known, got to be known for a while, because it was like
Yeah.
Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence. Got in the tub.
That's so
full
cool.
face, head.
Wait,
But
can you send me like clips
Well,
after this?
this is
Or
going to be
is
this.
this-
This is going to be the saddest part of your whole life. I also used to document Folsom Street Fair fetish parades. Lots of like Doral Street Fairs, fetish parades, and my whole entire YouTube channel was deleted. It was against
no.
like community standards. People were flagging it, faggot, homophobe. This guy's disgusting. Flag. And after years of just kind of ignoring it, one day I went to go look at it, and there was hundreds of interviews. I had good interviews. I interviewed like all sorts of people.
No backups?
No,
Ever
and
anything?
I'm an idiot. I'm a complete
No, I mean
idiot.
it's
I have
no, it's not your
I have
fault.
no
It's
hard
just
drive
like how
backup.
could you have ever thought?
No,
Like why
And
would you have
and
ever
I
thought?
thought about stuff. I never put like penetrative. I mean, I was
Yeah,
never
like,
naked, but like I never
no,
put like
yeah.
penetrative like things. Like there was like some. Anyways, it was just sad because I look at what's
Yeah,
still
that
there.
is sad.
But
I mean, 'cause
hundreds of videos.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, it represents such a huge work, like chunk of time on your
Yeah.
behalf of like
And it was
editing
like-
the videos, like conceptualizing them, like interviewing,
Yeah,
doing
time.
research. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
there's
not
certain
there.
things. Even with Richard Simmons passing recently, I interviewed him in like L.A. At a studio. Like, gosh, shit, when was this? Like 2009, 2010, and it's gone. And like I thought maybe I
God.
uploaded it to Facebook as well. So I was like just looking for like my interviews. It wasn't uploaded, but like things like that when they
Yeah.
pass, I'm like, oh, like
I mean,
Leslie
if
Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah, even like I had this little quick interview with like Leslie Jordan. Like sometimes it's come up when they pass or something happens. I'm like, I can't believe that I had the chance to interview them in it, but it's gone. YouTube hates me.
Yeah, it's the. I mean, really, all the tech companies, social media companies, have so much power to regulate kind of what is and isn't on the platform, and it's hard. Like if you fall on the wrong edge of the sword, so to speak, like it sucks. But
It's not even as much as like the images anymore, like the wording
Yeah.
and the hashtags. Like one of my
Yeah.
favorite hashtags used to be "not safe for work" because they would sort of like for
Oh,
like
and
photo
now
shoots and
it's-
stuff.
yeah.
That's just like you have to like put
It's like
N
a-
space S space. But
Yeah.
they've caught onto that, and anyways, uncensored.
yeah, it's a constant like game of like what the auto.
I give up.
Yeah, seriously.
But
I mean, I feel
that-
that way even just like posting sometimes. I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like, is content? Does it
You're
matter?
like, is my armpit hair
like-
gonna get me canceled?
Literally.
Yeah.
Like everyone is very afraid of being canceled these days. With like, you know, within reason, but yeah, it's you gotta watch your back. I'm
Right.
sorry they took away all your videos though.
I know it's fine.
That
I
sucks.
kick myself as far as like not having hard drive, but like every once in a while I'm
Yeah.
like that, and I'm like, no, it's gone. Some of it
Yeah.
I'm sort of happy it's gone. Some
I
I'm
mean,
like,
there's something to say. There's like a blessing in disguise.
I'm like, that
who
was
knows?
stupid. Why didn't nobody make me not do that? Or
Yeah,
say
yeah.
that?
And then YouTube was like, "We'll do it for
Yeah.
you."
I know.
Yeah.
People used to be really mean. Like I used to, anyways, the internet can be harsh.
No, the internet's harsh. I mean, if it makes you feel better, I have an old YouTube channel where stuff is still up, but YouTube has taken the quality away. So like things used to be HD, and now it's like I was like, oh, it'll live forever as
right.
like
It's
an
like
archive.
360.
No, 280, not even like 166. Like
It's like this little. It's like
it's like
grainy.
8-bit, 16-bit. Like yeah. So
There's too much. There's way too much censorship.
There's too much
I've been following a bunch
content
of like
even.
content. I've been following a lot of like podcasts lately, and some of them are gay, some of them are not, and they're just they're always talking about what they can monetize and what they can not monetize and what they can say on YouTube. So a lot of them are actually jumping over to Patreon so they can actually post more things freely without having them to worry to take down.
Yeah. I have a friend who does the Gay Ass podcast, Eric Williams. Okay. He just went to Patreon to kind of put the things he's not allowed to put on, the actual podcast.
I'll just post pictures of us holding kittens on YouTube, and then over there it's like dirty talk. Or real talk. Or gay talk.
Yeah.
Gay talk.
Totally.
All right, so what do you have coming up besides the show that you would like people to maybe pay attention to? Would you like them to follow you on Instagram? What's the best place for people to keep up with what you're doing on the daily?
On the daily, I'm most active on Instagram. That's kind of where you'll see the ins and outs of what I'm up to. I'm going into a period of creative isolation. I'm trying to finish my album. So that's what's upcoming. So I'll be in New York in the fall to kind of finish everything, and then I'm hoping it comes out next year. But a lot of work to do still. I'll still be posting. I'll still be dropping singles as that gets closer. But the album is the priority. Getting that out there, getting it finished is what I've been focusing on.
Oh, nice. So. Are you going to record the show on the 15th, or is it going to be recorded? Do you know?
The show is
like friends and family audience.
Just friends and family will probably record, but I have a photographer coming, Carolina Briner, so she'll be taking some photos that I'll post. But there'll be more. I have some emails I need to respond to for some upcoming gigs, and I'll post about those on Instagram. I've tried to TikTok. I'm not good at it. Yeah. So it's just it is what it is. Instagram's my happy place.
Yeah, mine too. Right now, Instagram's a happy place that it's just so easy. Except for a lot of the censorship as well. Jesus, heaven forbid I post a photo with pubic hair. Not my pubic hair. Everyone's canceling me. Not my pubic hair. Photo shoots of sexy photo shoots of dudes and it's pube and I'm all right.
Yeah,
against community standards.
Yeah, and it seems to be fairly spread. If that's
because then I'll scroll and I'll see vaginas in my face, vaginas with G-strings going up the camel toe.
I mean it doesn't seem to make. There doesn't really seem to be any rhyme or reason.
Life's not fair.
Life's not fair. That's the running through line there. It's not.
I am so glad that I sort of ran into your music. I love.
Yeah, me too.
I love finding people's music, not finding or however they come into your algorithm. And I want the most success views ever because some of my favorite artists ever. I like to find them at the beginning. Well, not the beginning. That sounds so freaking corny.
It's the beginning.
But
it
reminds me.
True.
This reminds me of something.
It's year one. I haven't even hit 1 year.
Yeah, but this reminds me of I was thinking this morning as I was taking a poop, coffee hit, and I was thinking of Brandy Carlisle, who's one of my. I love Brandy.
Oh my
Carlisle.
God, huge! Yeah,
and
I love her.
I just got goosebumps. And I only say this when I meet artists that
you said her name.
And I love her. I would totally have sex with her.
Yeah, she's
I wouldn't.
incredible.
That's such a lie. That's such
a lie.
I just wanted to sound cool.
You just want to sound bad. That would be in the promo video.
I would have sex with Brenda Carlisle.
That's the headline.
Yeah. No, but thinking of artists and seeing how they grow and their projection of their careers. Me and my husband. I remember I can't remember. It was 2009, but we because we're from San Francisco Bay Area, and we'd see Brandy Carlisle whenever she was anywhere. And 2009, we see her at these sort of dive bars, bigger dive bars and places, and we would always say how the hell is she not packing stadiums? How is this woman not filling stadiums? She is incredible. And then look at her now, and the joke came out, and that was it.
Yeah,
but
even Chappell Roan.
That's what I want for you.
Yay! Well, fingers crossed. I hope. I'm going to keep trying.
I mean, you got to be true to yourself and keep putting out the music you feel and you love. And but I don't know. I would hope the best for you. And that story just made me think Brandy, seeing her at these small venues where she's so close I could touch her fingers. I was ah! And now it's I have binoculars and I think at this Brandy Carlisle concert
it just last row.
I'm just so happy see the sort of success stories as well. And Chappell Roan too, I'm not I don't love pop music so much, but I listen to her on the daily.
On the daily and I've seen that clip of her performing at some park in LA so many times now. Was it Lollapalooza? Oh no, she was playing Pink Pony Club to 10 people in the park. And she's just on her Nord 3 and she's Pink pony clap. And no one's there, and then it's always on
she has
TikTok.
the guitar, the guitar case with $1. Oh.
Yeah, literally, she's like busking, but and then it cuts to her at Lollapalooza with 80,000 people singing along, and you're just like, that's insane. I mean, that's like
I love that. That's not inspirational.
I
Wait, is
love
she
it.
queer or is she just queer friendly? Somebody the other day asked me that.
I thought she was a lesbian. I thought she was queer.
I don't know at all. I don't look at gender
Yeah.
or sexuality. No, I don't know. That's fact.
Yeah.
Maybe I should.
Well, because there's that. She has that
I used to
lyric in
know.
her song. She has that lyric in her song where she's like, "And when you wake up next to him, something, 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 like you're nothing more than his wife." And I think it's like that's the whole like.
You're like that lyric when I wake up next to him and I wish his penis was a vagina. That lyric.
Yeah, that
Okay,
one.
that one.
That's the one.
No, but that's-
I must have
she's-
misheard it.
She's one of those artists that's just like, I don't know. I think I was way too cool growing up, and I always just like hardcore and punk and pop music. Bleh. And so when artists come along like her, there's just no denying
That
her
make you like
talent.
shatter you to your core.
Yeah, I mean, I love Kelly Clarkson too, so whatever.
Oh yeah. I mean, well, yeah.
Duh. But yeah, Chappell Roan. Like I love it at work. I work with some like 23-year-olds, and we're just like, I'm like, what are you humming? We're like HOTT.
OGO.
Yeah. So yeah, shout out to Chappell Roan, and I hope your music skyrockets to the top.
Thank you. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I'll keep making it. So
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
We'll keep listening. All right, we'll
Thanks.
put like links below and everything about where
Cool.
to find you. We'll probably add some like stupid stuff like out gay country hunk singer,
I love it.
a wife beater. These are like,
Or like,
tags.
is he gay?
Is he gay? I don't know. There's just all that stuff like questioning, mystery. We'll put like wife beater. Guys freaking love wife beaters. Ooh.
Yeah, that's why I took off my shirt. I thought I had
like,
to.
Andy didn't want to, like,
I had
pass
to give
out.
the audience what they wanted.
Yeah, that's what you have to do. I'm sorry about that, but I hope to see you next Thursday.
Yes.
I will
if you're not too tired or
tired or
exhausted,
maybe
or if
wait.
your car doesn't break down on the way, or
You know what I just
if
remembered?
there's not too much traffic.
Big Brother's on that night.
Oh,
Not going to
shit.
be able to make it.
Oh fuck. Okay, no worries. I'll send you some photos. I'll let you know how the night goes.
Oh, nice. And so I'll put in the links to like how to find you, all the descriptions, and all that kind of stuff.
Cool.
And hope to
Yay.
give you a hug next Thursday.
Yes. I hope so.
I love that.
All right. Cool.
All right, bye.
Okay, bye.